Hey guys, it's Cindy over at paper.old.new. I am still working in the large illustrated children's books. So this is a making with my mess video. I wanted to show you a couple of pockets. And the reason I'm showing you two is because technically you could combine their designs. This is the first one we're going to do. I think these are really cute. I got this idea from Tina over at Shabbydabbydoodah. So I will try to remember to link her video if I can find it again. I'm always doing that. I'm always losing videos. Anyway, so this is the first thing we're going to do. So let me get over here to the side. First of all, we have another one of these mouse pictures. It's this little guy's. This is Town Mouse and Country Mouse from Aesop's Fables. I think this is from the Aesop's Fables book. Yeah. I'm sacrificing this picture because I love it, but I love it as a whole, and it's too big. So I don't want to, and I really like these little mice. I think they're adorable. So we're going to cut this, and then I'm going to show you how I did this, which I think these are great. So I'm starting to develop as I go through. Like I've done several of, well, I did most of a year's worth of Rachel's challenges last year, and I'm doing projects that I find online from different people. And now, granted, I'm going to admit, guys, I don't have a lot of time to be online watching videos. Heck, I barely have enough time to come down here and make videos. But I try to go and get ideas and stuff, and then when I do, I try them, and the ones I like, I'm starting to form a list, so to speak, in my head of the projects that I like that I would probably use in books or, whatever. And then, of course, there's some that, I did it. It's a neat idea, but I probably wouldn't I don't want to say I wouldn't ever make it again, but I probably wouldn't make it on a regular basis to have all the time in a journal. Right? So I'm cutting this picture out. You'll notice I'm leaving border. The picture isn't very big. The example Tina gave, it was a big picture, and she just kind of, she did the frame thing, and she chose where on the picture she wanted it. Ours has a white frame, so I'm going to do the best I can to, let me see how tall this is. So we ended up making it 6 inches tall. So I am going to cut this. I'm actually going to cut this 6 inches exactly. Well, no, I'll probably cut it 6.5, just to give me a little wiggle room. Okay, so I'm going to cut this to fit my picture. I need my big ruler. Shoot, all the way to here. I don't want to cut my stencil. All right. It's spring and it's yard sale season, and I have been trying, and I cut that at 6 inches exactly. Okay, guys, it's going to be one of those days. Just bear with me. All right, so we'll end up trimming it off in the end. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do then is I'm going to fold this. I'm going to fold this in half, actually. Because what we'll do is we'll cut the card down. After we've made our window and oriented our little picture, we can cut the card down however we want. Okay? I don't even think I cut that straight. It looks, I don't know. I can't decide if it's my glasses or what. All right. I think I want it to go like that, I think. Okay. So we're going to glue this guy down in here. So basically, you're going to glue him in the middle and have like a fold-over frame. You've probably seen these frames if you've ever gotten your picture taken somewhere, like a souvenir picture, and they stick it into a little frame, and it's like a folder. There's a frame on one side, a flat spot on the other, and the picture goes on the flat spot. And then you close the frame over it, and voila, you got a little souvenir picture. So it's kind of that idea. So we're sandwiching the picture that we want in between. And I'm about to get glue all over my mat. Unless I'm really good at this. And even if I am really good at this, I still got to squish. We'll squish this way and see if we can limit the amount that goes on the mat. Oh, look at that. That's old glue. Okay, now to get our hole, what we're going to do is we're going to put this to the middle so that we're pinching it in the center, and I'm going to pinch it. I'm not going to fold the whole thing. I'm going to pinch it right there. All right, so that I've got a little crease here in the middle. And then what I'm going to do is hide my scissors from myself, because it's my favorite, playing hide and seek with my craft supplies. Okay, so we're going to make a little snip. Okay, and then I don't think she did, but I'm going to make it a cross snip just so that for me that's easier. All right, and then what you're going to do is you're going to tear your frame. Now, my suggestion, oh, I forgot. Okay, if you don't want the white, see the white? If you don't want that white, actually you could do it either way, because we are going to curl some of the white like that. So I guess you could do white. Anyway, my suggestion would be to cut the hole, to tear the hole small at first. And then you can go out from there. See, so I only have one mouse. So let's... I'm trying not to necessarily get into the white part. Wait, let's pull that off. Okay, so I definitely don't want to take any more off over there because I see the white right there. I might glue that. I'm going to glue this down. Now the other thing you can do to avoid all this white is you can turn it this way and tear from this side. So like if I want to, I can go in here and tear down into this corner a little bit. And see, that puts my white on that side and it gets rid of it over here. Okay. And then I think I'll do the same thing up in this corner. And this kind of makes a misshapen, amorphous, organic kind of frame thing. I've got space. So I'm going to tear this a little more even and line it up here so that this works. And then I think that'll do it. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to glue the frame down. If you want to curl any of it, if you want to curl your edges like I showed you before, you just kind of pull on the edge. These white edges will curl. This happens to be double-sided paper. So these white edges will curl back and they'll have whatever's on the other side on them. If you tore from the other direction, then your edges are going to curl back and be white. So I'm just pushing back on the edge of it like that and making it like it's kind of old and tattered. And you don't have to do it all the way around either. You can just do it in some spots. I'm going to tear this off because that's too big. Okay. Okay. Now that I have my curls done, and the only reason I did that first is because I don't want to accidentally glue it down and then not be able to curl it, right? Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way around our frame to secure it around our picture. Okay, and then I'm going to go around the edges. I really should have blue paper down. it's finally getting into spring. I think I mentioned this earlier. I was starting a thought and then I jumped ship and wandered off on another thought. But it's spring, so it's yard sale season. You know, everybody's starting their yard sales or has started their yard sales over the last few weeks. I've been like dying to go, but I look at it and I go, I don't need anything. I need to use the stuff I've got because it's like, it's nuts. I just got glue all over me. The other thing you can do before you glue it, obviously, would be to ink the edge of your thing, and I forgot to do that, so mine won't get inked from the inside, but we can put some ink on the curls and stuff. So let me just get this all smushed. Now, you can keep it whatever shape you want. If you like square journal cards, then by all means, you know, just trim up your edges, because like down here I've got a lot of the, it's uneven. So just trim up your edges and make it however you want it. I'm going to put some ink along these little margins like this. And there we have the beginnings of this. Now let's trim it. I'm going to trim at the bottom. I'm going to mostly trim the sides. On my last one, on this one, I didn't trim top and bottom. I kept it the same height and I just trimmed the sides off. So this one ended up being about 5 by 7. So, yeah. Knife. I'm going to cut this. That's not free. There we go. All right. So we trimmed it up. Now I can see how wide it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't want it to be 6 inches wide. It's almost 6 by 6. I don't want it to be 6 inches wide. So I'm going to take I'm going to take about 3/4 of an inch off over here. And I'm going to take about 1/4 of an inch off on this side. I know I'm low. Sorry, guys. It's easy to line up with my numbers down here, and I know the numbers are off camera. Okay, so there we have him. All right, and then, of course, you decorate. Like, I haven't decorated this one, but I did pull decorations and then hid them from myself. And we're going to decorate this one, and I'll give you an idea of what these can look like when they're all jazzed up. So I have some little flower cutouts here. These are ones that I printed that ended up, whatever paper I printed them on does not take laser toner very well. It rubs off. As weird as that sounds, it rubs off. So, yeah. I mean, it's great for making them look aged. My problem is I don't want it to continue to rub off. So I'm probably going to have to go over this with a little bit of acrylic sealer kind of a thing, so that the toner stays on the thing, stays on the roses. It doesn't eventually just all get wiped off and it's a white rose-shaped blob at the top of the page. Okay, the other thing I thought would be really cute was to put, where is it? This. Hold on. We're going to put this down here. You see how I came off and some of the white is showing? I don't particularly like that, so I'm going to put this down the edge of this. I think that's really cute anyway, and the blue kind of ties into the blue in the teacup. So I'm going to put a line of glue right up here. And I think just to be safe, because this is kind of a thin satin ribbon with lace over it, we're going to smush it. My glue is nice, and the other thing about spring is my basement is warm again. I think I've mentioned this before. The cold makes the Fabri-Tac uncooperative. I know that sounds weird, but maybe some of you who live in the north have experienced it. If you are trying to save on your heating bill and you keep your house a little chillier. When my basement gets chilly in the winter, it cools the glue off, and then the glue goes down in these little hard pieces, and they stick. Okay, now I gotta remember, I think I want to put the flower down first. I just have to put it on there. Whenever I'm layering stuff, I always have to try and get it in the right spot. Okay, so I think I want to put that there, so it overlaps the peppermint a little bit. Look at this, guys. I showed you how to do one, and we're decorating in the beginning of the video. This is what happens when I have all my ducks in a row and I kind of get my idea handled before I come visit you. Okay, and then we're going to put this little tag on. Uh-oh, I hear somebody on the stairs, which probably means I'm going to have to take a break here for just a second. And then this one is something I made that we might do in a video, although it would be very short because it's not something that would take a lot of time to show you how to do. But I just took some stamps that I own and stamped on cardstock and then cut them out. And there you have it. Okay, hang on just a second. Okay, so that was my daughter coming down here to me to talk to me about weird theories she has about stuff. Anyway, okay, so that's this style card. The other style card I wanted to show you that I really liked was, let me see if I can figure out which one I was going to, oh, I put some on I backed some on paper. So let's go ahead and cut her out. And I'm going to show you this other idea. This again is one of Rachel's ideas that we got from, I don't know if she's done them this year, but this is from Roxy's Weekly Challenge last year. And these are journaling cards from book pages with tucks and tabs. Okay, and here we have her. Now, as you can see, I've backed this side. We are going to, she's not cut very straight. I mean, she's not awful. Okay, but the idea behind this is, let's cut a strip. I'm going to cut a strip of this paper. You can use any scraps that you have. They can be, I've used wallpaper to do this, which turned out really nice. I am wanting to use up these scraps though, so I'm going to use this cardstock to do this. These are some cardstock scraps that I had laying around, and whatever I have left over after all of this is probably going to end up going into my whale tail punch. So yeah. All right, I'm going to cut this about 2 inches wide. I don't know if it needs to be 2 inches wide, but I'd rather have it big and then trim some off than have it smaller than I want it. It didn't cut all the way through. Wait, I'll tear it. Yeah, okay. I keep forgetting I have two sides to this paper. I could use this side. Or like... I'm experimenting. I didn't really think about flipping it over and looking at it to see if I liked it better. This coral pink is, I don't know, I want something that offsets. So we are going to do this green. Okay. Oh, and I also wanted to put, we're going to put on a little bit of napkin. It's something that's nice and thin that I can kind of put, I lost my glue stick. No, I dropped my glue stick lid on the floor and then I stepped on it. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, guys. It just kind of happens and I just kind of have to deal with it. I'm getting a glue page. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to put on a little piece of napkin just for... I'm trying to keep it from dry. I'm pretty sure there's like half a stick here. And I don't want to waste it because these glue sticks aren't exactly cheap. So I'm trying to like cover it the best I can, which is why it was stuck to a sticker and standing on its end. So I stick it down like that and I stand it on its end. And hope for the best. I'm going to have to do lots of glue stick stuff and use it up. All right, we're going to cover some of the words with this. And you can see through it, so the words will still be there kind of, but I just thought this might be kind of and the other reason I wanted to do it was because it was something I can do to the other side. I have more of this napkin. And I can glue some of it to the other side to kind of tie the two sides together and sort of decorate this journaling area. So, I want this up here. Cut off those pieces that didn't get cut through all the way. I want this piece. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to put this down as a tuck. So, and I don't want to cover her up. So I'm going to, where's my glue? We're going to mark here and here. And then we're going to glue down this side, and up the back, right? Just like any other tuck. Okay, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it down. And I want enough to fold over at the top. Flip this. Make sure that's relatively straight. Okay. I want it to, we're going to trim that off the back. That doesn't need to be there. And I might take the topper. This is squiggly. So I might take the opportunity to take some off of there. Okay, so then you have a tuck here. And I didn't ink it or notch it or anything, which I normally do, so I really... It's not... Wow, I didn't think it was that off. It can't be that off. Something is off. Okay. We're going to shore up some of our cuts here. I'm going to make this one straight, and that will allow me to have a straight edge to compare all the others to. Right? Hopefully. Maybe. Straight edge. Trim. Now, I'm sure you remember me at the beginning saying that I wanted to like do kind of a combo of these two ideas. And I'm guessing you can kind of figure out where this is going. I am not going to be able to straighten the top because I'll mess up the tab. That is so slanted. That's too funny. And I'm hoping, because I'm doing this blind, I didn't cut her face off because she's right near the edge of this thing. Oh, guys. I cut her nose! Oh, well. Just a few things not to do when you're... Okay, and then you're going to fold this piece down to make a little tab at the top, right? Like that, so it sticks up. Now, obviously, you don't have to have it stick up that high. That just happens to be where mine landed. I am going to try and take a little bit off of here so it doesn't look quite so awful, because the rest will be hidden under the tab. And I tore my napkin, but that's okay, because they're supposed to be relatively torn anyway. Oh, that doesn't have any glue under it. Just putting that napkin back down. You got to be careful, because if you pull too hard, it tears the napkin. So, all right. I like to kind of take the flat edge and kind of gently smoosh it and hope for the best. All right, now we're going to glue our tab down. I just want to make sure that I get the end, because I don't know how far down the journaling page it goes. All right, and there we have our little tab, right? Okay, and then what I'm going to do, and this of course is optional, and I'm not going to do that because I can't get that in there. Okay, well I am going to clip these corners. Okay, all right, so you've got a tuck, and then you flip it over and you've got journaling space. Let's put some of this napkin. See, I have more of it. Oh, maybe I could put some down here. Let's tear. I want the butterfly. And I just tore the butterfly. For being so thin, napkins are stubborn. Can I just say that? They're stubborn. That looks awful. I'm going to kind of guess. This probably isn't the best way to do this, but oh no, there's definitely sticky out where there's not supposed to be. Okay, hold on one second. I gotta go get something. Okay, I'm back. I wanted to go get my washi stamps. I lost some in this pile that I was looking at. Sorry. I'm looking through this pile because I put some down that I wanted. And I lost track of them. Oh, wait. Here we go. Okay. I was actually considering putting her on there. I don't know why, but it seems fitting. Magnolia balm for your skin. The old lady on the other side. Is that weird? All right, so I'm putting her down anyway. I need this because we're going to put some glue on the back. Wait, there we go. All right. Okay, and then we're going to put this on here. And I think that kind of ties in okay. Okay, and then we're going to trim this excess napkin that's off the edge off. And there you have it. So you got a little tuck here, and you flip it over and you've got journaling space with a little bit of decor on it. And that is that, except for the fact that I cut her nose off. So we have two made. I'm going to put these back in my box over here. And now I want to kind of give you an idea of my thoughts on making... Okay, I have this one. And my thoughts on this are... I want to get... How do I want to do this? I don't know if I can... I don't want her on the frame at all. So I don't know if I can do this. But if I put it down here and fold it over like that... Okay, that misses her. I'm hoping one of these edges is straight. All right, so we're going to do this chicken. I actually have several of these that I wanted to do. Where is the... I say that like you guys know. Let me just do this real quick. That way we're not looking for a whole ton of stuff that we don't need to look for. All right, I'm going to line this up so I know where I can cut. And then we're going to cut it off. Just going to go ahead and cut it off right here. And hopefully I don't get anything recognizable from that woman on the other side. Nope. Eliminated the whole thing. Now she might make a cool tab tuck. Like, I could use her. But all right, now what I want to do is cut this off. Right about here. So we're only working with what we need, or at least okay. I have this piece I can make a little pocket or something out of. All right. I think I want the picture this way because there's more orange and stuff on this side to take from. So we're going to do it like this. So let's glue this down. I actually hid my glue bottle, guys. It's a new record for hiding things from myself. Actually, it's not. I'm constantly piling paper all over up around me while I'm working. Cut something off and just kind of toss it to the side there. And inevitably I end up covering up a glue bottle, a pair of scissors, an ink dauber, a bone folder. You know, they take turns disappearing. Okay, I'm actually going to put the chicken kind of The chicken's what I want to frame. Okay. Right? So that's what I want my frame to go around. So this one's going to be a little different in that I'm not going to do it from center. I'm going to kind of fold it there. Not fold it, but cut it there. So I'm going to cut like that. And then I'm going to cut upwards this way, not necessarily down. Although I am going to have to pull down some. All right, let's do a little bit of this and see what we get. I don't want to go too far to the edge. And I just need a big enough spot for that chicken to peek through. Right? Almost. Do a little bit more there. Okay, that gets more of her tail. That's most of her, right? See? Okay. Now, this one, sorry, I was checking something. For this one, the idea is more I'm going to get the tuck on there, but the tuck itself, because the paper is so busy, does not need to be the busy piece of this. So we're going to see if we can't find some paper to put on this as a tuck that'll kind of, I don't want to say tone it down, but, oh shoot. That's where tuck's going to be, so I don't want to. There's a lot of white there. I don't want that much. Okay, sorry. All right, so let's curl this up. Did I tear that off anyway? Did I just glue that down and then tear it off anyway? Because I'm a genius. All right, we're going to ink. Let's remember to ink it before we glue it this time. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go all the way around the inside of the frame hole. I love this idea for a journal card. I think this is great. Okay, so that is done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to glue this down. So I want to make sure it's nice and sealed, because remember, we're going to put a tuck on here. Now the question is whether or not we want the tuck to be I mean, if we really wanted to, we could put the tuck on the back for our combination, you know what I mean? And just decorate this side around our little chicken. I probably should have chosen different paper, but I liked the orange in this one. All right, so let's smush this down really good. Okay, and then we'll look at the other side and figure, well, first of all, we have a side, an edge down here that is very not okay. So let's take that off. And by not okay, I mean it's not lining up and it's not straight. All right, let's get rid of all this. Okay, now, let's see what we got over here. I thought I had, I don't. Silly me. Okay, I found this. I think we wanted to do... We're going to do the tuck on this side, right? It's not going to be a hugely wide tuck. And then the question is, what do you do with this? But there's going to be a card stuck in there, or something. Something will be stuck in there. Even if it's just a folded piece of paper that you could pull out and journal on and then tuck back in there. Okay? And then this will come down and make a tab like that. It'll be a very thick tab. Like so. I think I'm going to clip it before I do it. And then we're going to ink it because it's... See how it's peeling at the fold? We're going to ink that. Maybe trim this where it came off and then ink it again. Okay, also we are going to cut this off like maybe right here. And pray that that's straight enough. Okay, and I'm going to do this. And we're going to flip it over and glue it down. Now, again, we're doing a tuck, so it's along this side, the back edge, and then you're gluing this to the other side, so make sure you put glue on there. There you have it. So let's put this down. Okay. That's really thick right there. This was a reinforced piece of paper and I didn't use it all, so I have this extra strip. So it's thick. It's a piece of paper on a piece of cardstock on a 2-layer piece of cardstock that we folded on it. So there are like 4 layers of cardstock there. That is a thick tab. Okay. Anyway. So there we have that one, and this one has a tuck on it. So you might put just like a... So you might take something like this and just kind of maybe fold up the bottom where the camera is and kind of stick it in there like that. Okay, and then you have a little piece of journaling paper on there. All right. But that's a combination of the two. So we've done this and then we've decorated it with the tuck and the tab. So for these ones, I didn't get this one decorated. I'm not really sure. I want to break up some of this. So let's see about maybe one of my tickets. Like that. I feel like those get lost in there. Put them up there? No? Okay. This crazy paper, this one might take me a minute. But anyway, so we did one that was just a tuck with journaling space on the back. I showed you this one when I decorated it. I showed you how to make the one with this. Okay, and this one I would clip the corners. And you'd have a nice little journaling card here, and this would need decorating. We decorated this one. We kind of decorated this one. I mean, we got the journaling space on the back decorated. some napkin. So we took this idea with the tuck, and we took this idea with the torn frame, and we made this with the tuck and the torn frame on the front. And I hope you like the idea of this. This was taking some more of those pictures. Again, maybe some of the smaller pictures, maybe some of the bigger ones if you need, say, a full page journaling card, and turning them into little pieces of ephemera. And I like both of these ideas. And I even like the combination idea. I wish I'd used a different one. Not necessarily different paper, but I don't know. We'll have to see how that one turns out. At the end of this illustrated book series, I'm working on the other ones that we did that I didn't get done and decorated behind scene. And what I'll do is, rather than bringing on another video and doing the same project twice, what I'll do is I'll work on them off like we would a journal. And then at the end of the series, we'll come back and see what all we made from all of the book pages and things. So I hope you like this, and I will see you guys in the next mess that I make. Bye-bye.